Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my channel. I'm Solison, and this is the Untamed Oracle, where the sacred remembers she's wild. That's you. So I have some tarot cards today here that a message is really wanting to come in. And so I'm going to be I'm going to be feeling into the energy of what your present situation is and what the current energies are and what you don't expect and what is in your immediate future. Maybe some advice too. But actually today I'm feeling drawn to start with a Lenormand deck. So if you're familiar with this, it's a beautiful deck. And I'm just going to draw a card that will capture the theme for you today. Ooh, two actually popped out. So if you can see, the mask and the star. That's like kind of like this mundane world, like what we do to survive, kind of mask, what masks we wear, combined with something happening in the heavens, like divine intervention, like it almost reminds me of the wheel card. Like the divine is coming in to change things for you in some way related to the mask. So let's dive in deeper to the cards. We're going to use the Witch's Tarot. And also, my gosh, I lost my favorite and first tarot deck. It's just the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck. And I have it. I found it. I was pulling out my winter clothes and it was randomly in with my hats and boots and scarves and gloves. So I'm excited to use that one. So we have the mask here. We have the star. The mask, okay, so I'm just going to tune into this energy really quick. Okay, so the mask is sometimes something we're trying to deceive someone with, a false version of ourselves, but what I'm getting for this collective is you have been playing a role or performing. It could be in one relationship or it could be how you live your life is kind of been a performance of some kind, like a role that you feel like you're kind of trapped in. It's almost like, is it armor? Is it some sort of, it's armor. Okay, and I'm gonna pull, I'm gonna actually use my favorite deck because I feel like the energy is the strongest with this one that I just found and I'm so happy. So the armor, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, I'm gonna pull a few cards, so I'll show you. But I'm gonna wait to see what's really coming in here. It makes me so happy just even touching these cards. Spirit, what is the message that's coming in? The Devil and Strength. Okay. So this is the present situation having to do with the mask and the stars. So what is coming in is you have encountered, okay, two messages. You've encountered devil energy. I'm actually going to put this right here in your life. And having to do with control, having to do with lack of safety, lack of security. Someone or system has tried to take your energy or make you a pawn in their system, in their world. And you have learned to, okay, here we go, to pretend as you're this inspiring and abundant and independent and on your own energy, like you're fine and you're graceful and you performed, maybe the good girl, maybe also this independent part of you, that you're abundant and you can handle things, but you do it graciously. And I don't think that this is not who you are per se, but this is the mask that you've had to really cultivate and to allow you to have strength over time to manage and deal with this shadow element in your life. So everything in the external is kind of reflecting back something in our internal world that we need to maybe learn boundaries. Maybe we need to learn, discernment on who is in our lives, how to create safety for ourselves so we don't have to be in dominating situations, like a codependent relationship even. And so this mask has helped you create the stability or the strength to deal with this devil energy. Whew, my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to be pulling in what's your current expectations is the next part. So your current expectations with why is this coming up now, Spirit? Because it almost seems like the timing astrologically is bringing this to a head for you, or maybe it's your soul's path has led you to this point and the wheel is turning because things are meant to shift now. Ooh, where'd you just go? Okay, I got the moon and I got the 4 of Cups. So your current expectations are you don't know. You don't know, and you're kind of disenchanted, disenfranchised right now. Maybe this reading even brings up that feeling a tiny bit for you. Or you might not be aware, because sometimes the moon is the subconscious of this 4 of Cups, like, energy that you actually hold right now. Your current expectations are maybe that what else? Why is it disenfranchised? Ooh, that one really came out here really fast. Why you're disenfranchised? Okay, I got the Hangman and the 6 of Cups. You're having a new perspective. You're having a new perspective of your past relationships. Maybe your childhood, maybe your family system growing up. You're having, okay, that's and you're kind of disenfranchised. Sometimes, honestly, oh my gosh, okay, yeah. Sometimes we have this whole narrative of how we were raised and what our life was like, and we live life and we're telling people our narrative. But then when we go through another layer of the cycle of healing and we're refining something in ourselves, we mature basically. Sometimes it causes like a complete new perspective on the whole first part, second part of your life. And you're just kind of like, oh, like that's what I get with the 4 of Cups. You're kind of like, really? Like, oh, you have a new perspective of your past. Okay, what don't you expect? Why is it coming up now? Why is this energy coming up for oh my gosh, this one just came out again. Because it's meant to free you from this energy. That's why. Maybe you've been unconsciously in this kind of depressed, lackluster mood for a while, and it's meant to liberate you. What else don't you expect? Maybe you don't necessarily expect you're going to have clarity, and you're going to maybe have the proper discernment and see things accurately as they are. Why? Why do you not fully trust yourself? I know, I've been there. And the devil, I was actually shuffling the cards and they were all on one direction and the devil was faced up. So this is a karmic pattern that's being brought to your awareness, that you can release it, how you even see yourself, how you see your discernment, how you kind of like navigate through relationships, knowing who's good for you, who's not, what are proper boundaries, what aren't. You don't expect stability with the 4 of Wands. You don't expect a celebration or a liberation from that type of feeling of energy. So what's in your immediate future with this energy? The Mask and the Star. Okay, in your immediate future, you might not know. You still kind of feel torn. How do I look at it this way? Do I look at it that way? How do I see clearly? You can see a lot of the water. Water represents the emotion. So it's almost like the water's kind of creeping in and she's like holding her sword. It's like the emotions are coming and you want to discern, you want to choose right. But Two of Swords, doesn't feel good. Two of Swords, you don't want to make a decision on how to see something, but you did get the Ace of Swords. So, you are going to get the discernment, the immediate future, and it's going to help you take tangible steps forward. So you're going to bring a new, slightly different energy to your relationships and to your life. That's solid. And so, this is a card of movement, but patient and thoughtful movement. So you're going to embody this new awareness, this new understanding of how you see your past relationships. Maybe you're going to learn something and then it's going to move you in your life. You're going to learn, maybe study codependent relationships. This day and age, man, it's everywhere. So I'm sure you have been studying that and learning about that. But let's see what else. What else is in your immediate future? Another 2. So 2s might be significant. If you're seeing 2s right now in your life, this is coming up, the two of Pentacles. So this is kind of like a juggling. Yeah, it's kind of like you have options. You have different ways of looking forward. So you might be kind of reconfiguring your life and kind of like not dropping the ball over here of what has been established and what your normal routines are and what you're used to, but also like entertaining this new idea, this new way you want to go on and live your life. So, okay. Oh, you guys, this is good. Okay, long-term future. Long-term future. I guess I'm not using the Witch's Tarot today. I just love my original deck. They say, well, I don't know what they say. It doesn't matter what they say, but I learned tarot on this deck many years ago. And so each of the cards has just been like devoured. And like I've just been like such a strong relationship with it for years. I was so happy to find it. Okay. Longer term future. Balanced. Reciprocity. So you're not going to just be in relationships that drain you. You're not going to be in an imbalanced situation. You're going to learn how to balance out the energies and alchemize them. You're learning how to alchemize what you've been given and giving out in a productive way. You're learning to have relationships and situations, jobs, wherever you bless people with your presence. You're going to make sure that it's reciprocal. You're going to be the King of Wands in your life. That's powerful. That's like not only like Queen of Wands is like how you feel internally, but King of Wands is how you manifest it and express it in your outer world. So sometimes in life, oh my gosh, okay. Sometimes in life we have a purification period where it's like the letting the go, the pulling on the thread, and you just see how far it goes, and you have like all this healing that you feel like you need to do. And then sometimes there's a period of stillness where you have like a new perspective, you go inward and you kind of like maybe seclude yourself for a while, you leave situations and you're just with yourself. And then sometimes from that, there's the new embodiment in your life. There's the new reorganizing of around that new frequency that you've obtained from going inward and looking at your shadow, looking at your codependent addictions and parts. And so what is your long-term future is this King of Wands energy where you're leading with your life, with purpose, with passion. And it's obvious because the King brings it into our external world. And so you might feel a little lackluster right now. You might feel, not trusting of your discernment or what choices to make or how to feel or how to move from the new awareness that you have of the patterns of your past that aren't working to embodying and living a different type of way with people, lifestyle, maybe how you interact, types of relationships, and how you show up in your relationship. So you don't have to wear this performative mask anymore. And so you don't have to wear the mask. You don't have to be the good girl or anything that you're not feeling that's not authentic. I mean, we can be authentic and kind and have boundaries, but we want to do it from a place of not like we need safety. That's why we're performing, or we need to feel stable. But we want to be kind because it's genuine, and we're not afraid of the truth either, and we're not afraid of expressing our truth. So this is the last message from the cards that I made. And let's see what's coming out. Okay. Stillness is not stagnation. It's potency gathering. Stillness is not stagnation. It's potency gathering. So in this near future, you might be maybe indecisive, but I don't know where the card went with the Hanged Man, but that's when you're pausing. That pause is part of the stillness. It's part of the calm. It's the emptiness. It's also the fullness. And then from that place, we reorganized our life. and it's potency gathering. It's like you're cultivating almost your internal soil, and then that seed is planted, it's there, and then when it starts to like poke through, that's like it, like before it does, it's like the potency is gathering, it's starting to grow roots, and then it emerges through the soil. That's your potency gathering, like a seed growing, like a new seed. And so trust that if you are in that phase where you're kind of like disillusioned, maybe you're indecisive, you're not sure what you want your life to look like next in the terms of relationships or just how you live, um, you're not being stagnant for where you are. It's necessary. It's necessary before the new uh, seed erupts into a plant, and life is reorganizing. I get that again. Life is reorganizing around your new frequency, and it takes time for those seeds to emerge. So, oh my gosh, I love this. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with me. And please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay wild, stay sovereign, and stay untamed.